When Nintendo revealed the new Super Mario Bros. Game for Wii at E3 2009, the first and only thing they showed on stage was the multiplayer feature. Kami Dunaway presented the game as though the multiplayer was the crux of the concept behind this game. So why, in the year 2009, would a company like Nintendo, their systems had online capabilities since the beginning, make a game with emphasis on multiplayer and not have an online multiplayer feature? It's ridiculous. As much as I love Nintendo, only Nintendo would make a multiplayer game and not have an online feature. And what I've read in interviews, I think Miyamoto said this, I may be wrong about this, but I've read in interviews that the reason there's no online in New Super Mario Bros. For Wii is because the Wii couldn't handle it, that there was so much going on the screen, so much action that it couldn't handle online networking on top of that. And I find that to be a ridiculous statement, because the game, Nintendo's been doing online in various forms since the Famicom, since the 8-bit systems. They've had an online Pokemon game, Pokemon Crystal in Japan. That was online on the Game Boy Color of all things. Nintendo, Metroid Prime Hunters, a 4-player multiplayer first-person shooter in full 3D on a system based on technology roughly from like N64 level technology, a full-featured multiplayer online game. Mario Kart DS, 4-player 3D kart racing. So the DS, this underpowered, basically obsolete handheld, could handle Wi-Fi multiplayer on full 3D games. But the Wii, a fully featured game system comparable to the original Xbox in power, can't handle a 2D side-scrolling Super Mario game. I'm not a programming engineer or a technician. I don't work at Nintendo, but I find that hard to believe that they couldn't work out. I mean, come on, Smash Brothers was online, and they can't make a 2D side-scrolling Mario. And I've heard people actually say that they just flat out, like last generation, they're sort of eschewed multiplayer online in terms of said, oh, you should all be playing together. If they really want to force people to play together, physically in the same room, then just say no multiplayer, too bad, that this is just how we want to do it, this is our thing, and this is how we want you to experience the game. I would have accepted that. I would have been annoyed. I wouldn't have been happy, but I would have accepted that. I would have made a video if they actually just said that. But now they're trying to say that the Wii can't handle multiplayer Mario. I don't believe that. And Nintendo stands on online. I was surprised when Mario Kart DS was even announced to be online. Like, there's just been so disappointing, their stance on online. Like, they don't have an official forum. They have a forum now, but it's just for technical support, strictly tech support. There's no official online Nintendo community anymore. They had a great community called Insider, great for what it was, from 2002 or 3 to 2007. They shut that down, and even before then, it was so babysitted almost. You know, you had to have, like, I think over several hundred posts to even have a signature. Even hundreds of posts to be able to post images. And I participated. I was like one of the most, well, I'm not trying to just promote myself, but got a lot of praise. I made a lot of helpful posts, and there was like a stage thing, sort of like the elite usually had to be handpicked by the Nintendo of America employees. People throughout I was there from the beginning. People throughout my time, the whole time it was open, were sort of outraged or sort of disappointed that I was never chosen to be a sage. But someone could come, you know, and 6 months later, like a few months later, they're a sage because they impressed an NOA mod or something. And I was constantly participating, and you know, none of the NOA employee mods really paid attention to me, I guess, or thought I was good enough to be a sage, and I'm really annoyed by that still. But on the official Nintendo community boards, you couldn't exchange friend codes. When Nintendo Wi-Fi Connection came out, if you exchanged a friend code, you were banned. It was considered personal information. I mean, how is a friend code, personal information. It's so the Wi-Fi, Nintendo Wi-Fi connection itself is so sheltered as it is. There's no interaction. There's no community within the games. To, like, what is so someone's gonna drive around in the shape of a penis in playing Mario Kart or something? How is someone going to harass or stalk someone playing Mario Kart? But on their official community, they wouldn't even let these gamers, or the most hardcore Nintendo fans, who have been, talking to each other, knowing each other for years by the time Nintendo Wi-Fi came out, and now they are not even allowed to play with each other. It's just, and the thing is, the NOA employee mods, a lot of them, they didn't even want to have to enforce that. It's their overprotective legal team that really made them enforce that. And it's such a disappointment. It's not like the GameCube where it's like, yeah, but by E3 2003, when online was becoming prominent, yeah, I was halfway through the GameCube's life cycle by then, and they really hadn't had an online network up. So it's not like that. Wii's had online capability since day one. They've had several successful online games already. Why not have online for New Super Mario Bros. Wii? I'm still gonna get it. And by the way, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, it's going to be the first Wii game I bought since 2007. There are lots of games I would like to get that I just haven't been able to afford for whatever reason. But yeah, so I just don't get why they would not have online. Then the online gameplay for the Mario Brothers for DS, that should have been online. The multiplayer on the DS from New Super Mario Brothers, that was so much fun, and I've only got to use it once or twice because there's no online gameplay. Why not have online? It's just a basic feature. People come to expect that now. And the replayability of Mario Brothers Wii, yeah, people are going to be buying it for years to come. It's one of those evergreen games. But it just suffers. It's going to suffer. It just would have been such a perfect product if they had that online in there, and I'm very disappointed. And I really hope Nintendo gets their act together sooner or later and takes online more seriously and lets their players have a little more social experience online. Make it optional. It doesn't have to be. I know, like, on a lot of the online games, on like the microphones, kids will start cursing and stuff. And if you just let them turn it off, let us have the option of having an online gaming community. But Nintendo is just, they're gonna do what they do, and as long as they're, they know what they're doing as far as they're concerned, but it's very disappointing. I'm not the only one who's disappointed that there's no online in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. That's all I really have to say for now. Thank you very much for watching.